Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. It's time for the Battle of Malvern Hill. I am not real excited about this one. When I played this on Brigadier General difficulty in the Confederate campaign, I had over 50,000 men. He had just under 40. So I had about a 15,000 man advantage. I actually have a disadvantage of not only about 4,000 soldiers, but also he's got twice as many guns as I do. So this is going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be tough. I think I can probably win. I'm just concerned about the number of casualties I'm going to take in doing so. Historically, this was not a real high casualty battle. I shouldn't say it's not a real high casualty battle. There were just under 10,000 combined casualties between the two armies, which I guess in terms of Civil War battles is not that high, but still made it one of the bloodiest battles in American history up to that point. This was the final battle of the 7 Days campaign. It was the one that basically sealed the fate of the Union Army in the Peninsula and forced them to turn back. They had their backs up against the wall at this point, more literally up against the river. This was the one and only time during the 7 days that the entire Union Army was all in one place. However, more than half of it did not see action in this battle. 3 of the 5 corps of the Union Army were not utilized. So once again, a failure, I think, on McClellan's part. Numbers on the field were about even, about 55,000 men in each army. But it wasn't a real successful day for the Confederates, due in large part to just poor coordination, not following their maps well, or not having good maps, I don't know. It just wasn't a good day for the South. Union artillery, which we can see is going to figure prominently in this battle with him having as many pieces as he does. Union artillery played prominently in the way that this one turned out. So again, I'm going to take my time because I've got an entire corps that's going to come later down from this side. What makes this battle challenging is the terrain. There's a very narrow strip in which you can attack, and so the Union can concentrate in these fortifications. The Confederates basically had to fight almost 2 separate battles in this one. One over here and one on the other side, like I'm going to have to do. So once again, I'm going to start by sending skirmishers forward and hold back my main force, at least for a little while. And I'm going to try to send as much of my army around the side as I can. Obviously, they got to come up a big hill over here, but at least I can come around the fortifications. But that's not going to happen in the first phase. Alright, hello, artillery. I'm going to be pretty cautious on this one, but not Shiloh cautious. I am going to try to win this battle. I just want to try and keep my casualties as low as I can. When I fought this battle in Brigadier General difficulty and I had a 15,000 man advantage, I think I ended up with about 10,000 casualties to the Union's 17,000. I would expect these odds are going to be a little more even. I'm going to try to draw as much of his fire now as I can. He's got these big 3,000 man brigades. I'm going to stay in the woods, stay in the cover as much as possible. he looks like he's sending... I don't know if he's sending a brigade forward or... what's happening here. Yeah, I guess so. Well, let's come up and say hello. Stay in the woods, boys. This is kind of interesting on his part, what he's doing here. We'll let the paper collar brigade meet him head on. And we're going to get some artillery over here. But for the most part, I'm going to keep everybody back in the woods. Snakefoot Brigade skirmishers are taking most of the artillery fire right now. Let's drop them back into the woods so they're in a little bit more cover. But like I said, I'm going to keep everybody back for now until my 2nd Corps is in position to attack. He's got me by about 8,000 men right now. Once the rest of my men are into position, those odds will get a little more even. Is he going to come this way now? I'm going to get my brigades up a little farther. Go ahead, keep wasting your ammunition. Make my job a little easier. Alright, he's coming across now. He's going to come down and hit me. That is totally fine. Or he's just trying to bend his line back to defend, which makes it a little easier to come down this way. Alright, we're gonna actually hold the fire of these guns for now. I'm not wasting ammunition on very poor quality shots. Let's get a brigade over here. I'm gonna send some of these skirmishers over too. When the time comes, I'll bring them down to the edge of the river and try to get some flanking fire. Oh, what's happening here? Interesting. Alright, John Brown's Barkers, you may open up. Well, it sounded like he was charging, but now I'm not so sure. This is going to go really well for me if he's going to fight me in these woods. Oh, here we go. Okay. That's where it's happening. Hello, Chapman. Poor decision, my friend. I know this is not real exciting to watch, but I'm just trying to be as intentional about every move I make as possible to maximize my chances in this battle. Paper Collar Brigade's taking a lot of casualties. We're going to come over there and give them some help because they're up against a fellow 2-star brigade here. It's not going to last too long, I don't think. There he goes. General Porter's coming to the rescue. See what's happening over here. Make sure he's not doing anything. He's just moving some folks around. He's got his artillery firing on my boys in the woods. They've actually taken quite a few casualties. But we're eating up all his supply on poor quality shots. Alright, I think I might go ahead and advance a little bit and just go ahead and start. Well, you know what? No. Because if I'm going to attack from this side, I'm going to do it when I attack from this side at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this along, and we'll come back in when the action continues. Alright, so that's happening sooner than I thought, because Butterfield is advancing. So we're going to go ahead and let the artillery open up on him here. Going to bring the tenacious Danes down. Butterfield's going to come up here and try to occupy these woods, I think. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of a isolated brigade here. Try to gang up on him. Now what may happen, I'm curious to see if he advances out over here to try and cover Butterfield's flank so he's not all by himself. But when I've got an opportunity to go against one brigade at a time, I've got to take it. Again, he sent out one of his 2-star brigades. Okay, he's got Chapman in the woods here. Let's get these tenacious Danes down here. So I think Wilcox is one of my, these are one of my farmer musket folks. So if he can fire on him, that's actually preferred. If anybody's going to take the casualties, that's the unit I want taking those casualties. Much more easily replaced. And the end result's the same. We just inflicted significant casualties on Butterfield, and now we advance to phase 2 of the battle. Okay, so we're going to get our reinforcements. Going to take them a while to get into position. Well, let's go ahead and pause for just a second because we need to review what the victory conditions are. There's 2 different ways to win. Hold North Malvern Hill, East, and West Malvern Hill. So that would be... We don't even have those other parts of the battlefield up yet because right now only North Malvern Hill is here. Eventually it's going to open up more of the field. The other way to win is to hold North Malvern Hill, lose less than 55% of the army, and hold one of those. That seems much more doable to me. And of course then we can just fight for a draw by simply taking this objective here. So just got to keep all of that in mind as the battle unfolds. We're going to start getting the rest of my folks into position here, and now we need to start bringing down the 2nd Corps. The easiest way to do this will be by division. Now here's what's tricky about this battle is you can't just come down here and attack on the wing. There's nowhere to cross here, so you have to cross at the bridge or all the way down here at this bridge. There's not really anywhere else in between. There's a ford down here, so that limits the possibilities. I'm going to just look real quick at casualties. Right now he's lost about 1,100 men, 1,200 men, and I have lost about 900. So casualties pretty even so far. I'm going to send the 1st Division of the 2nd Corps down over here. The rest of the folks, I'm going to start sending on a long flanking maneuver over this way. And that's going to take a while. So I've got, I don't have my cavalry in yet, so I'm still waiting for elements of the 3rd Division. But we'll send some of that artillery, or that infantry over this way. I'm going to send one of those brigades down there. And then we'll adjust as needed. I'll probably break off some skirmishers once we get a little closer. Alright, there's the cavalry they just got here. Alright, once these units get up, I've got to start coordinating an attack. I've got to move my guns up as well. Got to come out of these woods just because I'm not close enough to engage from inside the woods. I need to try and deal with Chapman so I can move my line forward. Start resupplying. Alright, I'm going to pause for just a second. I want to evaluate the situation. First of all, I want to make sure everybody's moving over here. It looks like they are. Yeah, we're not going to move the artillery that way. We're going to bring the artillery down through these woods. It's going to take a while, but right here I got to be cautious because he could overwhelm me pretty easily if he chooses to. I got to get through Chapman so I can hit his main line. Try to bring a brigade down on that side. Let's go ahead and bring these guys down now. So there's a lot of moving pieces to this and a lot of ground to cover. I'm going to go ahead and bring these skirmishers down against that battery, because I can't really bring roads in to hit him on the flank as long as that those batteries are sitting there. Come on, we got to get Chapman out of this spot. He's got artillery sitting back here too. He's got a lot of artillery. It looks like he's starting to move some folks into position over here. Poor Marston skirmishers have had a rough time of it. We're going to go ahead and reattach them to their parent unit. Alright, I'm going to pause again. I just want to make sure everybody's doing their jobs here, and there's nothing I need to change. I want to see what's happening with these skirmishers for a minute. Gonna have to hit him and then back up. Ugh. It's 2 units of artillery there. That's just too much to deal with. So I'm probably not going to be able to offer too much help on the flank over here. We're going to have to go this way. Alright, we finally drove Chapman off, so that's helpful. His artillery is just, I mean, that's the thing that's killing me right now. There's just so much of it. And that's actually good, because historically that is what helped the Union. They had great use of artillery at this battle. It seems like this is my best place to go here. I'm having the most success over on this side. So what I'm going to do here in just a minute is I'm going to start sending some of these, well, they've got Enfields, some of these fresh units that don't have great weapons. I'm going to send them in to try and push these guys out of here. He's got a lot of men bunched up in here. Thankfully he doesn't have them all on a line. So he's pulled back there, and I'm not inclined. Well, I'm going to have to. I got to at least get a couple of brigades up here, threatening him on the side. Oh man, what's going on over here? I got some skirmishers caught on the bank. I'm going to lose them because they're getting hit by that artillery. I want to pause for just a second and review the situation a little more. Okay, let's go ahead and proceed. I just want to look over a few things here. Got to be really careful here. Alright, Butterfield's getting in the line. He's going to keep putting people into these fortifications here. Casualty-wise, about 3,000 on each side at the moment. Alright, paper collar. No. We don't want to get sucked into melee combat here. However, I do want to move forward a little bit so he can't get back into those fortifications again. I'm going to try to keep him bunched up so he can't get his full force online, so I've always got a numbers advantage. Alright, we're about to lose a brigade right here. I'll go ahead and let battle skirmishers reattach. Artillery's really kind of the thorn in my side at the moment. It's really the only thing keeping him in this battle. I'm going to go ahead and reattach paper collar brigades skirmishers as well. I'm going to bring these guys around over here and then try to get some of these fresh brigades into position. Slowly working this artillery down here. Get this other unit of supplies going. And then once I get this other brigade here, I am going to move all them forward, as well as... Now here we go. Once I have enough brigades into position, I can start firing on these artillery pieces, and then I can kind of open up another front. Let's go ahead and bring Evans back over this way. Alright, Maher come down. Quinn down. And I'm going to keep focusing on this part of the line. I'm not going to move out of these woods over here. Although they're taking a lot of artillery fire anyway. Nice thing is every unit he moves up into this spot gets hit pretty hard. Let's look at the numbers now. I'm about to take the lead in terms of the number of men on the field. He's only got about 560 more men than me. Get some of these fresh brigades up here. Alright, he finally left these woods. Excellent. I don't know if it was because of the artillery, which is taking a lot of casualties, but it looks like it's doing the job. He may try to reoccupy them. There's too many men there. I don't want to risk advancing down into that position. I want to keep the pressure on in this corner. Maher skirmishers, I'm probably going to lose them. But if I can at least temporarily... Look at all that artillery. My goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of artillery out here. Fire and back up. Oh, they already fired. Okay, get out of here. Casualties are just going to be so high on this battle. Alright, so he's pulled his artillery back, which is what I was waiting for over here. And I'm getting more guns into that position on top of the hill. Now we're going to bring these guys down, along with the skirmishers. Drive these batteries back. Gonna take a lot of casualties doing this, but I feel like I need to. still one more phase at least to this battle. So he's lost 6,000 men. I've lost 6,000 men. I've already lost as many as I lost in the entire battle the last time I fought it. And I've still got one more phase to go. I would expect... Well, no. I didn't lose 6... I lost 10,000 the last time I fought this, but I inflicted 17. Clearing them out over here. Let's go and advance a little further. We're going to get on Palmer's flank now. Alright, we're about to take that objective. Tenacious Danes fell back. I can't blame them, though. I mean, this is a bloodbath. Snakefoot Brigade's taking heavy casualties. I'm not real crazy about that. Obviously, Hill, I knew these guys would take heavy casualties, but I needed to engage these batteries to cover these guys, because otherwise these batteries would be hitting them. We're going to go ahead and back off now. Actually, there's no real benefit at this point to these units being there. For that matter, there's no real benefit to me even continuing this fight right now. I've taken the objective. Alright, on to the last phase. We got to secure at least one more objective. Yeah, we know the Yankees could not find better defensive ground. Now, here we go. This is where it gets challenging, because in order to push for the win, I've got to take one of these two objectives. I think I probably don't have quite enough over there to do it yet. No, you need to go that way. So we're going to send these two units over here and then use them to help push for that objective at the last minute. Alright, let's continue this. I want to relieve the Snakefoot Brigade. They've fought well, but I think they've done enough for one day. I'm pretty content to hold the line where I am here. And I'm going to move my guns up. Of course, the problem is if I don't keep pressing here, he may see that and decide to reinforce on this side. Go resupply those guns. He's throwing waves of infantry at me. I gotta be cautious here because I moved those Napoleons up and they're dangerously close to his line. Maher, you gotta pull out, dude. Oh my gosh, he's getting sucked right in. Paper Collar Brigade, 1,000 kills, 266 deaths. A nice day for them. Now he's charging at these lines. So he's starting to lose a lot of men in these ill-advised charges. He's pulling, oh, interesting. He's pulling away. I got 2 hours, and I just need to run in there and grab that objective. I could probably do it with cavalry if I need to. Let's get these guys out. Just looking at the numbers, he's lost a little over 9,000 men now. I've lost about the same. Casualties are pretty even on each side here. Alright, we gotta be cautious. Stockton's about to get hit. So it looks like he's largely given up the field. At least in terms of, well, maybe not. Here he comes again. Kind of interesting to see what he's doing here. I don't know if he's got a unit back here I can't see, but I'm going to have to wait until the last minute to take this other objective so I don't tip him off. Alright, this is good. I want to try and get back into these woods. Here comes Abercrombie, though. Good thing is I got all this artillery right here. Back up, back up. He's moving his men back up again. Going for another assault. Alright, let's pause real quick. Got an hour and a half to go. Again, the objective to win is right here. Gonna wait as long as I can, then I'll send my cavalry, supported by infantry. I'm sending these guys down again on their suicide mission to engage this artillery, try to drive them off. He's got about 2,600 more men than me on the field right now. AP Hill was wounded. Paper Collar Brigade's done well for themselves, but I don't want to lose too many men in these 2-star units because I just don't have that many of them yet. Come on, dang. I mean, that's just a lot of casualties that I probably don't need to be taking. It's just not worth it, I guess. Gonna hold these guys right there for now. These Napoleons have 700 kills now. Helps when you're up on the front lines. Siegfried, 443. John Brown's Barkers, they've got 366, but I haven't kept them as close. I need to move them up a little bit too. Man, the casualties, I just can't stand how many men I'm losing in this battle. I'm afraid to advance these guys up the hill any further. I'm gonna wait till about 45 minutes to go to start moving toward that other objective. Alright, his advantage is now down to 2,400 men. Hopefully we can get that to even odds by the time we're all done. Just so much artillery. Alright, we're down to an hour. I'm going to go a little bit longer. He's starting to pull back, so I've got to be cautious. I don't want to give him time to throw some units from back here over there to recover that objective. Tenacious Danes, man, I threw you to the wolves in this one. Honestly, that whole side I probably just need to back up. Starting to get to nightfall. Let me pause for just a second because he's starting to concern me a little bit over here. Let me look at the numbers. I'm down to 28,000 men. He's still got about 2,000 more than me. And he's thrown back the left side of this part of my line. He's throwing everything he's got at me. Alright, now's the time to get his attention over here. "38 minutes to go. It's getting dark. Here comes his cavalry. We gotta screen them with some infantry. Get my skirmishers up there. Oh, these casualties are just brutal. I'm not going to get enough men from winning the battle to justify the casualties. Half hour to go. I've got the other objective. I don't see anybody he's got close enough to be able to take it back. He's only got 1,000 more men than me now, so the casualties continue to tick in my direction. And now we just gotta sit tight. Brutal, brutal battle. What have I lost? I've lost 13,000, almost 14,000 men now. Back these guys off. They were mainly just trying to draw the attention of the artillery. 8 minutes. Alright, we've got this. I've got enough to win the battle. But at what cost? Okay. Not real excited about that one. I didn't lose a single man in the cavalry. I only lost 282 men, but I lost 10 guns among the artillery. The worst part here is, of course, the 15,000 infantry. He lost almost 17,000. But this is legendary mode. He had more men than me, and he held a strong defensive position. So for me to have not only come out with a victory, but with slightly fewer casualties than the enemy, I'm going to call that a win. A costly one, but a win. Grabbed enough 1855s to outfit a brigade. Didn't capture much else, though. Ugh. That's the hardest part there, is just trying to replace everything I lost in time for Antietam. Well, Second Bull Run, then Antietam. So I gained 12,000 men. Basically a wash. I basically gained back what I lost. Actually, not even quite that many. Wow, he gets another 10,000 men, so he's still at 86 to 91,000. I have a couple of small battles now where I can try to build up a little bit before we go into Second Bull Run, which, just taking a look ahead right now. Well, yeah, it's hard. You can't really tell in Second Bull Run because you're only seeing the amount that he's got on the first day, which is very little. All right, this has already been a long video, so I'm going to save rebuilding my army for the next video. I've got 2 career points to spend. One of those has to go in Army Organization to get myself up to 2,500 men per brigade. Then we're going to go ahead and go back to Politics. Going to try to max that out here in the next couple of battles. and then I can start focusing on some other things. So you can see where we're at now. I've got about 25,000 men left in my army. Got a lot of rebuilding to do in the meantime. Armory-wise, not a lot in there. Gonna have to buy pretty much everything I need. That's gonna be harsh, but there you have it. As always, I welcome your comments, your questions, your observations, your criticisms, any and all things related to this fight. What did you do? What did you find worked really well for you? And help us all learn something a little more about how to fight this battle. So thanks for watching. If you'd hit that thumbs up, that lets me know that you appreciate this, and I definitely appreciate all of your support. If you're interested in being a supporter of this channel, there's a link below to the Patreon page. You can see what's available if you become a part of that. One of the challenges with YouTube channels is that now YouTube has this whole new thing where a lot of the videos get flagged as being non-advertiser friendly, so I'm not even really making money off of them. And considering how many of my videos have words like battle and war in them, it seems like probably about half of my videos get flagged as not advertiser friendly anymore. So the way that you support this channel best is through Patreon. So thank you to all of you who have supported that. I'll continue to give shout outs to those folks as I put their brigades into service. Check out some of my other videos. We'll see you again soon.